From 2016 to 2018, I lost 3 close friends to suicide. 3 friends who thought their life had no meaning. 3 friends who served the nation at its highest calling, who I bled with, who I went to war with, thought their life had no meaning and decided that it had to be over for them and took their life. Too many people have sacrificed their lives. Too many people have taken their lives to suicide. I started the Purpose-Filled channel 5 years ago. Do the math, y'all. I did it 5 years ago. I have 200 videos on the Purpose-Filled YouTube channel because I was tired of my friends taking their life because they felt like they had no purpose, because they felt like their life had no meaning. But I want you to know that your life has meanings and that you matter. From 2016 to 2023, I lost 5 family and friends that were close to me. 5 family and friends that I love, that I care about, that have taken their life to suicide. And so I keep pouring into this Purpose-Filled channel because I need you to hear me. I need you to know that your life has meaning. I need you to know that your life has purpose. Don't take your life. I need you to know that no matter how heavy it feels sometimes, no matter how dark it feels sometimes, that there is still light, that God is the light. I need you to know that, y'all. Let me tell you about something that I learned in the darkness. What I learned in the darkness is that it doesn't last forever. That there's a time limit, that the darkness ends at some point in time. But I also learned that sometimes when you're in the middle of the darkness, you got to stand up and you got to move towards your goals. You got to move towards purpose. I learned that in the darkness, sometimes you got to stand up in your pain. Sometimes you got to stand up in your struggle, and you got to make some progress. You got to get the right people around you that even when you feel like you can't do it yourself, they can help you out. They can help you move in the right direction. They can remind you of why you're important. They can remind you of God's love. They can remind you of why you're here on this earth. I got to tell you about the parable of the paralyzed man. My wife's been talking about it. The pastor's been talking about it. In Mark, you'll find that there was a paralyzed man on a mat. He had 4 friends, y'all. He had 4 friends, and they picked him up, and they carried him to where Jesus was, to the front door. They couldn't get in the front door, but the paralyzed man said, I got to get to Jesus, y'all. And so they say, you know what? We're going to go up the steps. They took him up the steps, y'all. They got him to the roof, and they dug a hole in the roof, and then they lowered him down in the roof and sat him in front of Jesus, and then Jesus healed him and said, stand up and walk. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to get the right people around you. Sometimes you got to get the right family and friends around you that will do anything for you, that know how important your life is and are willing to stretch out their arms, that are willing to go out their way, that are willing to just sit with you, that are willing just to be with you in your time of need and support you as you need to. Sometimes you have to do that. Some of you are giving up because you feel like you haven't found the right success yet. And I want to tell you, it's not time to give up just because you haven't found success. It's not time to give up. Let me tell you about a man that was 30 years old. He had tried many things in life. He had failed over and over and over. And so he said, you know, I'm going to try something different. At 30 years old, he tried a new business out. And as he went through this, 2 years went by, he didn't see success. 5 years went by, he didn't see a profit, y'all. Nearly a decade went by before he saw a profit. Nearly a decade went by before he saw some success. Nearly 10 years went by before he had his breakthrough. Nearly 10 years of doing the same thing, pouring in the pain, pouring in the struggle, pouring in the sweat before he finally saw some success. I'm talking about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. He named his website relentlessly.com. He was at a point, y'all, where he said, no matter what happens, I'm going to put my last dime into it. I'm going to put all my energy and effort into this thing because I believe in it. And after 10 years of trying, y'all, he finally hit some success and took off. But it wasn't until he was almost 40 years old, y'all. And so stop taking your life too soon. Stop giving up on life and thinking that, hey, you know, this is it. It's not over. You got to stay in there and you got to keep fighting. Put those words of affirmation around you. Surround yourself with words of affirmation. Surround yourself with the things that you need to remind your spirit about, that you need to remind yourself of why you're fighting. I got to do the same thing, y'all. Sometimes I got to go back to my roots and I got to say, okay, well, why am I doing this? Why am I pouring so much energy into creating this video? On the Purpose-Filled channel, I've uploaded over 200 videos. 5 years I've been doing this, y'all. 5 years because your life matters to me. 5 years because you have purpose. 5 years because God says that he has a design for your life, and I need you to hang on just a little bit longer. I need you to keep going and not give up anymore. No more giving up. It's time to keep going, y'all. 5 years, and I'm going to keep going. There's no quitting me. Somebody walked by the other day and they were like, hey man, I heard you doing the video. It seemed like you're a little bit too loud. Somebody told me another day, same thing. Somebody told me another day, same thing. I hear it all the time, y'all. I hear it all the time. But I don't think I'm loud enough because I need you to hear me that your life has purpose. If you hear me, I need you to spread the word. I need you to go tell someone else that their life has purpose. The holidays are coming up, y'all. Holidays and birthdays. Holidays and birthdays. When it gets close to a holiday, you got to really pull people in. When it gets close to someone's birthday, you got to really pull them in. Because you don't know, they're thinking I've lost too many family and friends just before the holidays or just before their birthday. I'm talking from experience. You are important. Your life has purpose. Your life has meaning. God has called you to this world to do something incredible. He has called you to this world to do something great. And I just need you to keep going. And as you keep going, guess what? Other people start believing. Other people keep going. And this thing becomes a movement, y'all. And we finally see that we don't have to do meaningless things in life, that we can do things that have meaning, and there's going to be an impact to the world because of it. Your life has got meaning. Your life has purpose. And I need you to keep going. I love you. There's no quit in me. You're going to get this passion for me. I've been doing this 5 years, y'all. 5 years. And I'm going to keep going because I need you to know how important you are to me. I love y'all. And God loves you, more importantly. God loves you. God says there's a purpose for your life. God says there is meaning to your life. God loves you. So don't you sit in your darkness. Don't you just sit in your darkness. You get out your darkness. If you can hear my voice, you get out your darkness. You reach out to your family. You reach out to your friends. You reach out to somebody. You let them know that I am here. And I'm trying. I just need a little help. I'm here. And I'm going to keep going, but I need a little help. I'm here. And I'm not giving up just yet. I'm not giving up. You tell somebody I'm not giving up. I need you to say it out your mouth that I'm not giving up. That this life, there's so much to life. I'm not giving up. I need you to say it. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I will keep going. I must keep going. Someone is depending on my success. Someone is depending on me to keep going. Someone is depending on watching me so they can learn that they can keep going as well. It's not time to give up. It's time to keep going. It's time to love on your loved ones. It's time to pull everyone along, y'all.